Hello everyone. So now let us come to our third topic, and that is the subject verb agreement. This is nothing but to show that the subject and verb are in agreement of each other. Alright, so many of you again must have done this, but let us just rush through it and let us just know what is this about. Okay, so making subjects and verbs agree. This handout gives you several guidelines to help your subjects and verbs agree. You just have to remember that the subject and your verb has to be in coordination, in collaboration with each other. When the subject of a sentence is composed of two or more nouns or pronouns connected by and use a plural verb. She and her friends are at the fair. When two or more singular nouns or pronouns are connected by or nor, use a singular verb. The book or the pen is in the drawer. Alright? When a compound subject contains both a singular and a plural noun or pronoun joined by or nor, the verb should agree with the part of the subject that is nearer the verb. For example, the boy or his friends run every day. His friends or the boy runs every day. All right, so there is a very tiny difference, but then that can change the entire context of what you want to say. So the verb and the subject always have to agree and go together. Doesn't is a contraction of does not, and should be used only with a singular subject. Don't is a contraction of do not and should be used only with a plural subject. The exception to this rule appears in the case of the first person and second person pronoun I and you. With these pronouns, the contraction don't should be used. For example, he doesn't like it. They don't like it. So doesn't goes with a singular person and don't goes with plural. So always keep in mind, doesn't never ever use that with a plural sentence, and do not be using don't with a singular topic. Next, do not be misled by a phrase that comes between the subject and the verb. The verb agrees with the subject, not with a noun or pronoun in the phrase. Now let us just study this in the form of some examples. One of the boxes is open. The people who listen to that music are few. The team captain, as well as his players, is anxious. The book, including all the chapters in the first section, is boring. The woman with all the dogs walks down my street. The words each one, either, neither, everyone, everybody, anybody, anyone, nobody, somebody, someone, and no one are singular and require a singular verb. For example, each of these hot dogs is juicy. Everybody knows Mr. Jones. So we are not going to be using everybody know Mr. Jones. Everybody knows Mr. Jones. Either is correct. Nouns such as civics, mathematics, dollars, measles, and news require singular verbs. The news is on at 6 o'clock. Note, the word dollars is a special case. When talking about an amount of money, it requires a singular verb. But when referring to the dollars themselves, a plural verb is required. $5 is a lot of money. Dollars are often used instead of rubles in Russia. Alright, so dollars always go with the plural form. Nouns such as scissors, tweezers, trousers, and shears require plural verbs. There are two parts to these things. These scissors are dull. Those trousers are made of wool. Alright, I hope it is clear, because these are just some technicalities that all of us, when we are talking, when we are speaking, we know how to use these. Alright, the scissor is nahi hota hai, it is always these scissors are. The scissors are always, they always go in the plural form of it. In sentences beginning with there is or there are, the subject follows the verb. Since there is not the subject, the verb agrees with what follows. For example, there are many questions. For example, there is a question. So when you know that questions is in the plural form, you are going to be using are, and when you know that the question is in the singular form, you are going to be using is. Collective nouns are words that imply more than one person that are considered singular and take a singular verb, such as group, team, committee, class, and family. The team runs during practice. The committee decides how to proceed. The family has a long history. My family has never been able to agree. The crew is preparing the dock to dock the ship. Expressions such as with, together, expressions such as with, together with, including, accompanied by, in addition to, or as well do not change the number of the subject. If the subject is singular, the verb is to. The president, accompanied by his wife, is traveling to India. All of the books, including yours, are in that box. The subjects and the verbs in a sentence have both singular and plural forms. It is very important that both the form match with each other to make the sentence meaningful. That is, they should be in agreement with each other, and this is called the subject-verb agreement. We will go through various possible agreements between subjects and verbs with the help of suitable examples. Examples. In subject-verb agreement, the singular or plural form of the subjects should match with the singular or plural form of the verbs. For example, consider the below statement by a father on his son. My son likes to play football. That is a correct sentence. In the statement, son is the subject and is in singular form. Therefore, S is augmented to the verb like. It would be incorrect to say, my son liked to play football. Incorrect. The correct sentence is, my son likes to play football. So whenever the subject is in the singular form, you will have to add an S to your verb. Always please remember that. Alright. My son liked to play football is an incorrect sentence. Likewise, consider the same sentence for plural subjects like, my sons like to play football. Now what has happened over here? It is totally the opposite. When your subject is in the plural form, your verb becomes singular. My sons like to play football. That is the correct form. Therefore, the plural subjects, the S when the verb is omitted. Hence, it would be incorrect to say, my sons like to play football. Alright. There are some rules to the subject-verb agreement which you should know, but as I have said, if it comes naturally to you, if you know how you have to talk, then these rules are secondary. Alright, it would just come naturally to you without having to memorize these rules. But we have to go through this as this forms the base of your grammar. As you already know that the noun and verbs in present tense have their own singular and plural forms. But some pronouns like I, you, and to be verbs have their own rules. We will go through the rules of subject-verb agreement for singular, plural, special case like I and you, subjects, and to be verbs are one by one. For singular subjects, nouns. Singular subjects or nouns must have singular verbs. Singular subjects don't have S like Oliver, Kitty, dog, father, friend, etc. But singular verbs do haves. Got through the following example. My friend plays guitar. Friend is singular, so your verb becomes plural. Play becomes plays. My father rides a bike. He cooks the dinner for family. Alright? For plural subjects or nouns, while representing the plural subjects, the verb remains in its base form. No S is added to the verb. Let us just go through some example. Children write an essay. Children, plural, write, plural form of the verb. His friends go to the gym. My friends go to the gym. His parents ride on a bike. Her friends love visiting park. People use the public transport often. The verb in the above statement remains in their base, that is the plural form, write, go, ride, love, and use since the subjects are plural. For personal pronouns like I, me, and you require plural verbs with no S. But there is different rule for pronouns, he and she. It will be easier to understand the difference by tabulating some verbs against these pronouns. Note that I and you, despite being singular pronouns, need verb in its plural form. Let us just read some examples. I like ride. You like ride. He likes rides. She likes rides. We like ride. They like ride. Alright. So I hope you know how the personal pronouns are to be used. Use of does not and do not. We have already gone through this, but let us just do this again so it clarify all your doubts. Does not or doesn't, can't, can only be used with singular subjects, and do not or don't can only be used with plural subjects as shown in the examples below. Cat does not like water. Note verb remains in its base or plural form like without s. Dogs do not sleep in the night. My father doesn't watch TV. My parents do not watch TV. His friends doesn't call him. Her friends do not miss a chance to meet her. There are some special words that we have already done. Let us just quickly run through them. Some special verbs sound like plural, but they need singular verbs. Such words are each, everyone, everybody, anyone, somebody, nobody, someone, each one, neither, either, and anybody. All these words need singular verbs as shown in the sentences below. Each of them is a scholar. Every one of the children plays in the recess. Anybody likes to be successful. Everybody wants to be rich and famous. Neither of them goes to school. Each of them is a good singer. Each of the above sentences has singular forms of verb or auxiliary verb. So here we are. These are some of the practices that we have which you will be given. So I hope that the subject verb agreement is also very clear to you guys, and I'm going to wind up this session over here as you I'm sure will be practicing a lot of exercises that are given to you in the book. So please just practice this as it would be easier for you to use the sentences in your everyday life as well as in the interview that you are going to be appearing. So please guys take note of this, and again any difficulty note it down and we can discuss it in the next class. Thank you so much guys.